Break 'em.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the dope. Thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight. And everything is alright. I got a beat from Kim, and she can fuck all night. Called up the homies and I'm asking y'all, which part are y'all playing basketball? Get me on the court and I'm troubled. Last week fucked around and got a triple-double. Freaking niggas every way like MJ. I can't believe today was a good day. To the pad and hit the showers. Didn't even get no static from the cowards. Cause just yesterday, them bulls tried to blast me. Saw the police and they rolled right past me. No flexing, didn't even look in a nigga's direction as I ran the intersection. Went to Show Dog's house, they was watching yo on TV raps. What's the haps on the craps? Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em. Roll 'em in a circle of niggas and watch me break 'em with the 7-11, 7-11, 7 even backdoor Little Joe. I picked up the cash flow, then we played those, and I'm yelling domino. Plus nobody I know got killed in South Central LA. Today was a good day. Left my nigga's house paid. Picked up a girl, been trying to fuck since the 12th grade. It's ironic, I had the boo, she had the chronic. The Lakers beat the Supersonics. I felt on the big fat fanny, pulled out the jammy and killed the poop nanny. And my dick runs deep, so deep, so deep, put her ass to sleep. Woke her up around 1. She didn't hesitate to call Ice Cube the top gun. Drove her to the pad and I'm coasting. Took another sip of the potion, hit the 3-wheel motion. I was glad everything had worked out. Dropped her ass off and then chirped out. Today was like one of those fly dreams. Didn't even see a berry flashing those high beams. No helicopter looking for a murder. 2 in the morning, got the fat burger. Even saw the lights of the Goodyear blimp, and it read Ice Cube's a pimp. Drunk as hell, but no throwing up. Halfway home, and my page is still blowing up. Today I didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say it was a good day. Wait a minute, Pooh, stop this shit. What the fuck I'm thinking about?
for the second time. The Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode, the post Super Bowl edition episode. This is the Sports Cave post Super Bowl. Your co-host Robbie, my co-host Zachary. We are here, and we are not, and I repeat, we are not queer.
Not queer, folks, but we are here. We're here to talk about sports. This is a sports show, guys. Super Bowl licks, LIX, Super Bowl licks.
Not like us. You know what I'm saying?
Not like us. We will get into all of this here, guys. But, I mean, Robbie, I'm still full from Super Bowl. I'm going to be honest with you. The amount of food that I consumed on that fine Sunday afternoon to, if we're going to be honest, watch kind of a lackluster game. I mean...
Oh, can we talk about what kind of food you're eating?
Oh, okay. Well, so I went to my buddy's house, and he does this thing, a little potluck. So everyone brings like a food item, whatever. So I brought a buffalo chicken chip dip was what I brought. So we had the buffalo chicken chip dip. I had 2 veal sandwiches. I had a shit ton of the vegetables from the veggie tray. There was Chick-fil-A nuggets there. I had a bunch of those. There was a shit ton of all of these chicken tenders. I had a bunch of those. And then to cap it all off, I don't know if you guys have Krispy Kreme in America.
Yes.
Okay. I had 4 Krispy Kreme donuts to cap off my night.
For what?
The 4 Krispy Kreme donuts was a bit aggressive. I mean, that was like I basically gave myself pre-diabetes. But I will say, Carl Lever, welcome back, brother. How are you, folks? How's everyone in the chat doing here?
Yeah, we got a good audience here today.
I want to see what you guys give us your thoughts of the Super Bowl here in the chat, and we'll read some of these out for the folks listening audibly on Spotify tomorrow morning, which I guess would be Wednesday morning if you're listening to this.
Correct.
Well, Robbie, what did you have for Super Bowl here? I went through my little spread.
Well, Zach, I knew I was going to only have one thing because I just stayed at home. I got an invite to go to my cousin's house, and I told him, I said, I appreciate the invite, but I got to get for 3:30. Like, by the time the Super Bowl was over, it was like 10:15, and fucking, I would have got home for like 11:15, 11 o'clock, you know? So I already had a hard time.
I was that guy that left midway through the third quarter, but you continue your story.
Yeah, so I just stayed home, and I just had my famous taco dip. That's all I had. Daniel, welcome, brother. Halftime
Carl
show.
Lever has a
show for Carl Lever, excuse me. Oh my God, that's not nice, Steven
Stefanski.
I already know Ryan's gonna make some sort of glazed joke on Steve's bald head. I know Ryan, and Ryan might not type it out now, but I just know that Ryan would so fucking do that, because that's who Ryan is.
Well, I'm excited. Holy shit!
Yeah, I just had the taco dip, Zachary. That's it, and I've been attacking the gym like a motherfucker ever since I ate that. And also, I meal prepped for the first time, Zachary, and I did all in the air fryer. I did some really thin chicken breasts, and I just used salt, pepper, and then garlic and herb seasoning, and I just air fried it, and I got that with some green beans. Something quick.
I'm not a green bean guy myself.
I didn't do nothing Sunday. So Monday I worked 11 hours, and then I came home, I did that, and then I just relaxed. Yeah, Steve, not nice. So those were just basically my festivities for the Super Bowl. I'm excited. Next thing we got upcoming is March Madness, followed by, for me at least, as someone who is apparently Down syndrome because I watch wrestling, WrestleMania, and then opening day for baseball will be coming up at some point soon. We're skipping through the All-Stars for the NBA and NHL because they both suck. We agree on that.
They're both.
Now, I think I might watch the festivities because Cam Johnson's in the three-point contest now, and then we got the UConn alumni boys, Stephon Castle and Andre Jackson dunk contest. But when it comes to the number one, because it's like paired to like 3 games. I think it's like double elimination or whatever, or double elimination. I don't know. But the problem is, Zach, is that it's like start at 8, then 9, then 10. I'll be in bed, bro. No, I don't care to watch whatever kind of format that they're trying to do.
Anybody got time for that? Mr. Plouffe from the Blunt, welcome back, sir. How are you? Robbie, I want to get into this game with you, though, because
I'll allow you to lead off with it, brother.
I think what we witnessed there, take away the garbage time bullshit that Patrick Mahomes threw fucking 2 touchdowns, 200-something yards, whatever it was in garbage time. That doesn't even count.
No.
We saw one of the worst shit kickings that I've ever seen in my life. In the Super Bowl, I should say, anyways. I've seen some pretty bad shit kickings.
Mm-hmm.
And it also kind of brings up this little statement here, Robbie. They were talking about this on Part of My Take. Patrick Mahomes now has the same record as Brady through his first 5 Super Bowls. But in Brady's favor, not that he beat him, but Brady lost those 2 Super Bowls. They were good games. Mahomes' 2 losses in Super Bowls have been absolute butt-fuckings. I mean, that's gonna tarnish something there, Robert.
I was gonna say, did you want me to respond there? Because I was giving you a floor because I'm trying to stop interrupting you like I always do. I listen to the show back and I notice how many times I interrupt you and I feel like I'm a piece of shit. So I'm trying to do my best to not interrupt you as you're speaking.
Well, I mean, what do you think about that guy? Just being a Brady guy. I mean, at least Brady was able to keep it somewhat close. Mahomes.
I mean, I'm gonna allude to what I always say, Zachary. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what it looks like through the first 5 games because at the end of the day, the 2 times where it mattered the most, and I don't want to hear nothing about how young he was because in today's NFL, it's an advantage, and it was an advantage in the NFL 10 years ago. The younger player always takes down the older player, but it didn't happen twice. He lost to Brady in the AFC Championship game on the road for Brady, not to mention, too, with laser pointers put in Brady's eye outside of the, the already loud crowd. They had laser pointers, which is illegal to bring into the stadiums, in Brady's eye, and it didn't affect him one bit. Then in the Super Bowl, he gets destroyed. And yes, the thing I want to credit too in those 2 losses with the Patriots, those Giants defenses were very good. The Giants almost took down the Patriots for their 16th game of the regular season. The Patriots had to battle with them to earn their 16th victory. And this whole narrative that the refs were just about the same for the Patriots as they were for the Chiefs. If that was the case, Zachary, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about 18-1. We'd be sitting here talking about 19-0 to further on Brady's legacy. And that's going to be one of the biggest tarnishes on his career, unfortunately. But it's still goddamn impressive to go 18-1 at the end of the day. The thing we've been saying, Zachary, both of us, this is the most fraudulent 15-win team we've ever seen in NFL history. And borderline 16 wins. I mean, if you think about it, they start everybody in the final week against Denver. They would have won, but they went with Carson Wentz and they got slaughtered. And from the start of the game, 4th down, A.J. Brown catches the ball. Here we fucking go. Here's the flag. Offensive pass interference. Tom, what do you think? I don't think it's a foul. Mike Pereira, our Fox referee, what do you think? I don't think it's a foul neither. None of us saw it was a foul. And the sea of boos when they showed the replay on the screen, they must have notified the refs like, okay, you got to call fair. Because then a BS penalty was then thrown on Kansas City, which gave the Eagles 15 yards. So here's what I'm going to say here, Zachary. I'm not going to give the full detail of the game because we're going to be honest. Like you said, it was a slaughter. They had less than 25 total yards on offense in the first half as a team, the Kansas City Chiefs. Deplorable. This narrative that Mahomes is better than Brady, shut the fuck up. This narrative that Kelsey is better than Gronk, shut the fuck up. This narrative that Andy Reid is better than Belichick at eating fucking cheeseburgers, coaching football, shut the fuck up. That's it. It's done because it was an absolute embarrassment for a dynasty. Is it hard to go win 3 in a row? Absolutely.
Well, no one's ever done it.
Fast. However,
no one's also ever been to 3 in a row.
It was not even fucking close. And not to mention, too, Zach, like you said, those are garbage time touchdowns. This was worse than the Denver-Seattle Super Bowl. The only difference is Seattle, with the Legion of Boom, they continued the onslaught on defense throughout the game. And midway through the third, the Eagles defense played conservative defense, and rightfully so, because they couldn't stop Jalen Hurts. And I alluded to it, saying I picked the Chiefs to win. But I said the Chiefs will keep in check of Saquon Barkley, and they did. They kept Saquon in check.
Yep.
They all had to come on to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts threw the ball magnificently, and he knew when to scramble and go get those first downs when needed. Jalen Hurts played like an MVP, and that's why he won the award. Congratulations to Jalen Hurts. For someone who was doubted in Alabama, only got 1 year at Oklahoma, got selected, I think, the second or third round, and he is a top 5 quarterback in football. Zach, you questioned him earlier in the year, understandably so. You questioned this team early in the year, arguably so. Made complete sense why you did. They did a full 360 because of Saquon and Jalen Hurts.
I will say Jalen Hurts did put on a pretty masterful performance. You could have the argument that he's in the top 5. You can have that argument.
You have to.
But it was
their scheme, Zachary, they only rushed 4 the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 180, Plouffe, you're right. I was trying to add the extra 180 to make it a 360. I don't know. You're absolutely right. Complete 180. They only rushed 4 defensively, and they got to Patrick Mahomes. And guess what? The same thing happened when Tampa faced Kansas City. The same exact thing, rushing 4. Go ahead.
Maybe that's the format to beat Mr. Mahomes and Andy Reid. But like we said, guys, this was a shit kicking. I mean, 40-22, it ends up being. Really, that in 22, take that with a grain of salt. Excuse me. That should have been 14 points less than that for sure. But I know Robbie.
The first touchdown was a legit earned touchdown.
Yeah. Now, if Kareem Hunt could just not have been a piece of shit and got me a touchdown, I would have won $375. But that's neither here nor there.
He couldn't get nothing going, bro. Him, Pacheco, they couldn't get nothing going.
Well, it's because they didn't get any opportunity. I think Kareem Hunt rushed it 3 times. It's like, I mean, clearly the passing wasn't working. Actually, nothing was working for the Chiefs. I mean, the pressure from rushing 4 was retarded how fast and there we are, retarded. We're 11 minutes in. It was insane how fast it was that they were getting to him with rushing 4. Like, and then they're just such an advantage now. You got guys like Cooper DeJean who gets a pick 6 on his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Zach Braun, I think his name is, with a massive interception. That guy was on the fucking Saints team last year, I'm pretty sure, or Saints practice squad or something.
The second play of the drive, interception.
Yeah. I think it was also Patrick Mahomes' first throw after throwing the pick 6.
Yep.
So obviously we can definitely say this, folks. Patrick Mahomes had a horrific game, just a horrible, horrible football game. The whole Chiefs roster in general just did not show up to play. I mean, it didn't even say Chris Jones was unnoticeable out there. The Eagles just bent them over and had their way with them for 3.5 hours on national television.
I said it when I was talking to the boys on Xbox. If it was the Bills or if it was the Bengals, it would have been a significantly better game. Significantly better. But the problem is yes, at the end of the day, coaching screwed over the Bills first, the refs second. The Bills first, the coaching staff for the Bills first, the refs second. And secondly, the Bengals could have made the playoffs, except the referee screwed the Bengals in week 2 against Kansas City to set up a victory.
Well, you could also say that they should have beat the fucking Patriots. They had so many wins.
But they were one win away, Zach. And if there's a game that you could point at and say, oh, this is where they got robbed, who else better than Kansas City?
Well, the refs couldn't help on that shit kicking, Robbie.
And DeAndre Hopkins was like, talk about the refs now? Yeah, exactly. Because it goes to show what you guys would have been without the fucking refs sucking your cocks.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough position for him to come out and criticize that being on the Chiefs. But Robbie, I want to hear. I've been seeing your Facebook post because Robbie is a big Facebook guy here for you listeners. You were a very big fan of this halftime show, from what I'm gaining.
I liked it. Absolutely. I'm a Kendrick fan. I liked it. I didn't. Oh, actually, Zach, before we continue, this is the DeAndre Hopkins clip that I'm alluding to after the Super Bowl.
You know, I saw a lot of things in the media about the refs, but obviously, what y'all gonna say now about the refs and us when there was a lot of touchy calls? Are y'all gonna report that? Are y'all gonna talk about the refs now?
Now, the only thing I'm going to give to Hopkins is he did come, after the trade deadline. But, dude, they called the game clean for once. They had fucked up call on A.J. Brown, and it was a makeup call afterwards. Outside of that, everything was correct.
Well, I agree with you, but going back to what I was asking with the halftime show, Robbie, I think Ryan Our lovely Ryan Graham 232 here. I think he put it exactly how I feel it was. It was okay. You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if it was the speakers that I was listening on my buddy's TV. I was having a very tough time understanding him. Like, I don't know if it was just the sound engineering was a little bit off or some shit like that. He didn't do any of the songs that I kind of wanted him to do. Like, I don't listen to any new Kendrick. I like his, like, we're talking Good Kid, Mad City album. Like, his old shit is what I like to listen to when I am choosing the Kendrick Lamar pathway. But I don't know. To me, it wasn't anything special. You know, it wasn't by far the worst performance. It wasn't by far the best performance. It'll just go down, in my opinion, as like a mediocre. I understand the political views behind it, you know, but to me, I guess I'm Canadian, so to me, it's kind of like whatever. Maybe you as an American have more of a solidification with it.
I just thought his music was good. I thought the storytelling with Samuel L. Jackson was perfect. I thought the lead up to Not Like Us was amazing. And he's not going to fucking, that's the problem with these Super Bowl halftime shows is they want you to fucking dance up a fucking storm. Now, if Metallica was on there, do you think they're going to be fucking dancing up as they're fucking playing One or Enter Sandman or Fuel?
No, but they're going to do some fucking face-melting guitar solos and get the place rocking, baby. Fireworks and shit going off.
Here's what this fucking, where it bothers me. Number one, people don't know how to fucking read because I'm not going to fucking criticize you if you think it was a bad halftime show. I won't. That is not even close.
Well, that's technically not true because you were posting that if you said it was a bad halftime show, you were probably like 65 years old.
True. Absolutely. Yeah. If you're 50 or older, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of criticizing a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. That's the majority of the people that didn't like it. Well, over 50, my freaking grandparents. Did you like the halftime show? Yes. Well, I can't understand where they said. Of course you can't. Of course you couldn't.
I wasn't at my house, but I'm sure my dad was probably going, "What the fuck is this? Yeah. Jesus Christ, what is this?"
No, I thought the halftime show was good. I thought the Serena Williams appearance was fucking hilarious, and it all made sense after everything.
I didn't know that Drake dissed her fucking man.
Dissed her man, and they were in a relationship.
I know they were in a relationship, but I knew they were in a relationship. When I first heard that, though, I'm like, because I knew Serena Williams was married, and I'm like, if I'm the husband to a wife, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go perform at the Super Bowl halftime shows because I want to shit on my ex," I'd be like, "Well, why do you care so much about your fucking ex? Like, who gives a shit about that? I don't want you to go do something like that. It's like a little like, you know, I don't want my lady to have any association with that sort of shit." But then I read that apparently Drake called the guy a fucking dork or something like that, or a nerd, like a couple years ago, whatever. And I guess that must have stuck. I also saw a very funny tweet. It was Serena Williams just crip walked on screen for 4 seconds, and she had more yards than the Kansas City Chiefs put up in the first half.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Zach, is that the last 3 halftime shows have been Kendrick, Usher, and Rihanna. What's the common theme? If you're over the age of 50, you thought it was fucking terrible. You're retarded.
I was going to say
Usher was great, and Rihanna being pregnant was fucking phenomenal. And Kendrick Lamar did a great job, in my opinion. Was it the worst? No. The Weeknd was worse than that.
Yeah, the Weeknd sucked cock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Weeknd was shit.
Thank you, Isaiah. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob, when you're saying what they all had in common, I thought you were going to say African-American artists.
I mean, if we're going to be real, Zach, it is.
They make some good tunes.
Yeah, I said Rihanna was awesome.
Yeah, that big four-headed bitch was killing that stage that day.
She was pregnant, too, and she was fucking killing it. She was awesome. Yeah, you did.
Honestly, Plouffe, I forgot about it, too, and then I forgot about it, too.
Yeah, you missed that, Plouffe. That was a great halftime show.
Oh,
no, this was.
Oh yeah, not in this one. Who's probably like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. So I don't know. I thought the halftime show was good.
And well, we can also say I believe Jay-Z is the I was just gonna say, Brian, just literally just to the words out of my mouth. Jay-Z is the talent, I guess, chooser. I don't really know the term you're gonna get. He's the guy that picks.
You're not getting your fucking.
You're not gonna get Nickelback.
You're not getting that. You're gonna be getting R&B and rappers.
Now, okay, Robbie, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. Who would you like to see and like a realistic halftime show for next year.
Yeah, that is on the spot, Zach, because there's a shit ton of.
There's a
different-
lot of people, right? I mean, okay.
Drake would be funny. Drake would be funny.
I think that actually would be kind of funny.
Yeah, until he goes.
I don't think he would ever do it though. He's probably a little bit embarrassed.
I've always wanted Eminem, and we got a sneak peek of Eminem with 50 and Dre and Snoop, and he did
Well, let
good.
me-
Eminem puts on a great show. I've seen him in concert, fucking phenomenal. But I don't think that's ever going to happen because in years past it was always a money problem. I mean, Zach, I mentioned it yesterday, or actually today to coworkers. I guarantee you Sabrina Carpenter is going to get a fucking opportunity.
Yeah, she's a little slut too, from what I've heard, isn't she? Boom bam.
Ugh, Jesus Christ, you're using
Um,
words today.
Super Bowl 60 is in California, Robbie, Santa Clara, California. So
West Side.
expect some West Side stuff going on there, folks.
If it was down in LA, it wouldn't surprise me if Ice Cube went on.
Waking up the morning. I mean, you know what?
I don't
It'll
know.
be exciting. Like I said, though, halftime show was okay. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't shit. I just thought it didn't do much for
I
me.
fucking
But
hate Ryan and Car Lover, Tupac, Big E, fucking assholes. Who's next? Juice World.
P.D. Pablo,
I don't know. I just think country music
DMX, he says.
should be for the national anthem. Like Chris Stapleton 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever. Chris Stapleton was for the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. It was fucking awesome. That's what they should stick with.
I mean, that man, yeah, that's what made Nick Sirianni ball his eyes out. That's how I knew that the Eagles were mean in business, Robbie, when they zoomed in on his face during that national anthem. And you can see him just he was sucking back those tears. Like, don't you goddamn let one of these motherfucking tears drop.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Zay. We're going to get Jello Ball in there.
Shut up.
I might swerve in the corner. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Matty D, if he was listening right now, would probably want to fucking rip out his fucking ears. So the NFL season in general, Zach, I'm not going to say it was one of my favorites. I thought it was very mid. I think we have to go over the awards, don't we? Because didn't the awards come out?
Yes, you are correct, actually.
All right, so let me get all those awards lined up here. But Zachary, what would you say about the season this year? I mean, everything, including obviously your team. You know, like
I
what
mean, it
were
was
your thoughts?
shit. My team fucking sucked cock. They were supposed to be somewhat good. The Super Bowl was boring. Like, to me, it was just a lackluster season, Robbie. It was nice seeing you see Taylor Swift get booed in the stands, and she was
Yeah,
like, "What is happening?"
How come they didn't show Taylor Swift when they were getting fucking annihilated? So when she was probably crying like a little bitch, huh?
I mean, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm not part of the production crew.
Fucking stupid. But she gets booed like a motherfucker. Trump gets the loudest standing ovation I've ever heard in my entire life.
You know, I also saw a stat that that's the first time an acting or active or acting U.S. president has attended the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing
What the
too.
fuck did that come from?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing too. I would have figured like maybe Obama went to the Super Bowl or something. Couldn't believe it. All right, I got all the awards here, Zachary. I'm just starting from the bottom. Now we're here.
I think I know them all.
Coach of the Year. Let's start with the Coach of the Year. With 25 first place votes, 361 points in total, the award goes to Minnesota Vikings Kevin O'Connell.
Very well deserved.
It is well deserved. At the end of the day, whether it was O'Connell or Dan Campbell, you were going to get a complaint on me. They both were phenomenal this year, but due to the fact that the Vikings more than doubled, they're over for win-loss, which was set, I think, at 6.5, and they finished with 14 wins with Sam Darnold, which was an afterthought of a quarterback who had really looked like he was going to be a bust as the number 2 or 3 pick with the Jets. Resurrected his career, is going to get a shit ton of money, and it's all because of Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell deserved this one. Obviously, honorable mentions will go to Mr. Dan Campbell, but this was Kevin O'Connell's award to lose here, Robert.
Yeah, Dan Campbell came in second, Andy Reid in third, Dan Quinn in fourth, Sean Payton in fifth. Sean Payton, I think, got a little bit too much disrespect, but that's okay. Comeback player of the year. The finals were Sam Darnold, Damar Hamlin, Christian Gonzalez, J.K. Dobbins, and Joe Burrow. And I know, in case everyone is hearing Damar Hamlin, like, oh my God, we're still on this. DeMar Hamlin played at an all-pro
He
level.
had a great year.
He deserved to be as a part of this list. So congratulations to DeMar Hamlin for playing as a part of the Comeback Player of the Year. But the award goes to Joe Burrow. Oh, wrong one. Joe Burrow finished with 370. J.K. Dobbins in second at 195. Sam Darnold in third. I understand why Joe Burrow got it, but like if we're realistically speaking, like what Joe Burrow did is also to be expected. J.K.
Exactly.
Dobbins coming off a torn ACL or Achilles, whichever one it was, and Sam Darnold resurrected his career. Like those, Joe Burrow should not have been listed in here. I'm sorry.
I think that was just because it was like Burrow the season he had. Like you had to take home some sort of hardware.
award.
He's probably fucking pissed off to win comeback, but he's like, I don't want to win this fucking gay award. Sorry.
Damn, you were really fucking on one today. All right, defensive rookie player of the year goes to Los Angeles Rams outside linebacker Jared Verse. The Eagles had two finalists in here as well, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, who had the pick six. Mitchell comes in second, DeJean comes in fourth. And our offensive rookie player of the year.
Obvious.
Well, before the season started, we thought it was going to be obvious that it was going to be Mr. Caleb Williams, but that was not the case as he got 49 out of the 50 votes. The one voter that placed one first place vote was on Brock Bowers, who finished at 214. Jaden Daniels, 495 points, wins offensive rookie player of the year.
I understand Bowers had a great season, but if you were that guy that voted Bowers, you honestly are a scumbag piece of shit.
Well, it's like the one voter that didn't vote Ichiro and Jeter in for the fucking unanimous Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
right.
it's like you just have a disdain towards the team. Probably it's like I'm not voting for that fucking loser.
Yeah,
Jaden
absolutely.
Daniels, obviously best offensive rookie this year. Not even a fucking debate.
But like the other names on here, they were also great. You got Brock Bowers, Bo Nix, Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, Drake May could be put in the equation. Like they were great this year. This was a very, very good rookie class this year, Zachary. Very good.
Well, we'll have to see if it pans out, though. You know, it's just short sample size so far. So far, it looks good.
Yep. And then we have defensive player of the year. And for the first time, and I don't remember how long, someone notified me this.
I think it was 20. It wasn't actually as long as I thought it was. I don't think it was like 2019.
Okay. A corner has won the defensive player of the year in case you've been living under a rock. Patrick Surtain the second. Coming in second, shockingly, on arguably the worst defense in the NFL, Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett, the former Cleveland Brown, because he's probably going to end up getting traded. Sorry, Zachary. Came in third. TJ Watt and Zach Bond. Zach Bond of the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm trying to see if I can find this.
Stat there. That I read off.
Yes.
All right, our offensive player of the year. I mean, it's obvious. It's a non-quarterback award, essentially. So this is
2019.
Who was the player?
The player was.
Wait. Let me guess. Jalen Ramsey.
You honestly, dude, you should really get this.
Really? 2000.
Yeah.
It's not a Patriot, is it? 2019?
Yes, it was a Patriot.
Stephon Gilmore?
Stephon Gilmore was your 2019 Defensive Player of the Year.
All right. A little bit of Pats. Love it. Our offensive player of the year, obviously, is Saquon Barkley. Now, Zachary, Jamar Chase was a triple crown for wide receivers in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Led all three categories. Didn't get a single first-place vote. Derrick Henry got one. Joe Burrow got one. Saquon got 35. Lamar Jackson got 12.
That's actually that's stupid.
It's fucked up. And the MVP, we all knew this. I mean, it was down to two. Josh Allen, Lamar. Lamar finished with 362. Josh Allen with 383. Josh Allen won MVP.
Finally.
Now, Zach,
I'm sure.
when you look at the numbers, yes, Lamar had the better numbers, but guess what? That's what Cowboys fans were saying last year because Dak Prescott had better numbers than Lamar, and Lamar won it. Josh Allen was more valuable to the Bills than Lamar was to the Ravens, as crazy as it sounds, because Lamar still had Mark Andrews, not including the playoff performance. Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen. All he had was James Cook. Amari Cooper wasn't anything spectacular. Khalil Shakir wasn't really like a WR1. Dalton Schultz was, or not Dalton Schultz, excuse me. Dawson Knox was ass.
Ballsack.
Ass.
So was Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. It was more so Kincaid. Both were fucking ass. Josh Allen deserved this award. No questions asked.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I feel like he should. There's been a few years where he's been like right there in the contention to win. So it's nice to see him win. I mean, I feel like it's still a disappointment for him. You know, especially seeing the way that the Chiefs played in that Super Bowl. He's like, come on, you got to be shitting me right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Robbie, I don't care what team from the AFC you put in that Super Bowl. If the Eagles play like that, they would have destroyed any single team they would have faced. I mean, that was a perfect game from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now, Philadelphia is actually doing something right. This should be a normal thing. Philadelphia is closing all public schools on Friday so the city's kids can attend the Eagles Super Bowl parade. That's how it should be.
That's how it damn right should be, Robert.
Zach, that's the end of the NBA season. So before we go, I want to ask you, the end of the NFL season. Before we go, I want to ask you this. Off the top of your noggin, think of 3 teams that were bad this year that you think will be good next year, and 3 teams this year that were good, they're going to be bad.
Okay, my bad teams that I think have the potential to be good next year, Robert.
Yep.
This one is an easy one. The Carolina Panthers.
I was thinking the same thing. That's my number one.
That's a number one, easy one. This one's a little bit more of a skeptical one, Robbie, because their division is strong. But maybe Caleb Williams and these Bears figure it out. You know, the new head coach coming in, Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say the Bears as well. Then the last one. Who was really bad this year?
Cleveland
I mean, the Bengals, can I count them? They weren't really that bad.
Yeah.
You know what, Robbie? No,
everybody.
I'll say your Patriots. I think we'll make a bit of a jump next year too.
Oh wow. Well, thank you. Because it's funny. Unfortunately, I have the same exact 3 as you, and I thought about the Raiders, but their quarterback situation is we don't know. The Giants, the Giants are in the toughest division in football. The NFC East went from the NFC least to the NFC best. The NFC East is arguably better than the NFC North. When the Cowboys are healthy, Zach, with Dak Prescott, they are a good football team. And their defense started to figure out towards the end of the year. And I think it was because of Mike McCarthy, because Mike Zimmer is now retired, rightfully so. But the Cowboys, with their new coaching staff, it's officially questionable how they're going to look next season. 100%.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You said you have the same 3 I got.
Yes, I have the Patriots, the Panthers, the Bears. When we think about the other bad teams like the Saints, I mean, we'll break the news a little bit. I don't think that they will. Titans, they're not going to get better.
No. Jaguars, I think, are still going to be shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, your Cleveland Browns are not going to get better.
I'm aware.
The Raiders, it's questionable. We see what Pete Carroll can do and what they do with quarterback. They bring in Russell Wilson. I think they have potential to get better because they're a little connection with each other. But we'll see. Now, 3 teams, Zachary, that were good this year that you think are going to take a step back.
Okay. Robbie, I have, excuse me. I got 2 teams from the same division I want to start off with here, Robert.
I think I know where you're going.
It's going to be the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions lost, I want to say, 7 or 8 coaches. Everyone but Dan Campbell has left this team pretty much. So I understand the same roster is going to be there, but you know that's going to have a different look when you bring in that many new names.
Now, that was the best coaching staff in football. You agree?
Yes. Oh, my God, yeah. I mean, the offensive coordinator got hired as a head coach. The defensive coordinator got hired as a head coach. I'm pretty sure every other coach that worked there got...
The team's coordinator came over to New England as defensive.
Yeah. They all got promotions wherever they went, right? So I'm going to say them, and then for the Vikings, for obvious reasons, I just don't think the Vikings... They had a Cinderella story this year, Robbie. And then sorry, what were you saying?
That's 2.
Yeah, my third team that I think is posed to make a bit of a drop back, Robert. I will say I I'm gonna say, I'll say the Commanders.
Oh, really? Why?
I understand. They got Jane Daniels coming. I just think they took the league by storm this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
No one really had any expectations facing the Washington Commanders. Now you're going into next year. You're going to have a full season of game tape on Jaden Daniels. I think it's going to be a different situation for him. Their division, as you just said, when it's healthy, is extremely hard. And I mean, 12-5. I don't think they're going to be 12-5 next year. I don't think they're going to be 5-12. I just
Right.
think maybe they hit the double digits of wins, but I think it'll be a bit of a drop down to reality for them, Robert.
Very nice, my friend. Well, I'm going to start off mine with an agreement with you with the Minnesota Vikings. 14 wins was absolutely fucking absurd. And whether it's J.J. McCarthy or Sam Darnold, I don't think they could replicate what they did last year into next season. I don't care what they do in free agency and the draft. Now, I still think they have the chance, obviously, to be a playoff team, but 14 wins is not going to happen again. The Rams, this was their last hurrah, and they came up short because of the weather, unfortunately, in their circumstance, but that's what happens when you don't get home field advantage, so it's your own problem. The last one, I'm stuck between two teams here. And I think I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. They do have the best corner in football, and they have a great defense and great offensive line. But I can't see the Chargers. I see the Chargers bring in a receiver because it's so desperately needed. It is so desperately needed. And Harbaugh is not going to let Herbert become a joke in the playoffs for much longer. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think Bo Nix might get the Mac Jones treatment where like you had a great rookie year and you're going to get caught up on.
Now, what was the other team you were contemplating?
Sorry, my Alexa went off. Now I have to try to remember because I threw him out of my fucking memory. Who the fuck was it? I'm trying to remember. Dead air. Oh, Tampa. Tampa. Because Baker's going through another offensive coordinator. Todd Bowles is a joke of a head coach, and pending the situation with Chris Godwin and where he ends up, I don't know how good Tampa will be next year.
Well, Robbie, I think all three of those are very fair decisions here. And I know you made a bit of an allusion to it earlier. We were talking about the Saints. We do have a bit of news to go through here before we head into the world of NBA basketball. But before we get into that Saints news there, Robert, I will say we should bring up what happened first, and that is wide receiver, two wide receivers, actually. One of them requesting a trade and one of them being told he's going to be traded. Cooper Kupp from the Rams being told he's going to be traded. Deebo Samuel given permission to seek a trade. What's going on here, Robert? What's the two pretty decent but, aging names in the receiving position here that are going to be available to bolster up probably, I'm assuming, some sort of a contender?
Well, let's start with the Rams first, Zach. Nakua has overtaken Cooper Kupp as the number one option, and the two ankle injuries that Cooper Kupp has sustained in his career is very concerning. He still is a great wide receiver. I'd say good. I don't know if I'd say great. I'd say good. He's not going to get you 2,000 receiving yards. It's just not going to happen. And they happen once. It's never going to happen again. It's like what I said. They had their one chance this year. Their one last hurrah. Matthew Stafford's going to be 37. I think you remember last year when they were like on the cusp of being basically mathematically eliminated. I said you should go out and get Bryce Young now before Bryce Young actually became a starting quarterback again. They missed out on that opportunity, and that could kick them in the ass. I don't know what team he's best suited for. And a lot of people say, oh, New England, because like we need a wide receiver. And I'm saying to myself, he wouldn't fit with New England. He wouldn't. I don't see him going to New England. I don't know where I'd see Cooper Kupp going to. I figured he's going to finish his career as a Ram. Like, I can't think of a team that fits the best.
I'll take him in Cleveland.
Well, Deshaun Watson will just ruin him. Sorry, it's the truth.
The fuck do you think about Deebo Samuel, you piece of shit?
Well, Deebo Samuel, where do we fucking go there?
Yeah. Dude, I wouldn't want this guy on my team whatsoever. I'm telling you. He just seems like an egomaniac. That whole San Francisco 49ers receiving core seems to me like they're a bunch of egomaniacs. You got fucking Mr. $30 million Ayuk turning down trades to the Patriots and the Browns, which disrespected both sides of this podcast. Fuck you, Ayuk.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I actually don't know much about Debo, but he just seems like he is a problem causer, Robert.
Well, Deebo Samuel had his lowest yards of scrimmage this season for the first time since 2020. And that year in 2020, he only played 7 games, started 5 of them. But I'll tell you what, Zachary. I, as a Patriots fan, would rather have Deebo Samuel than Cooper Kupp. I think he needs a little bit of a refresh. If he understands the reason why the Niners gave him all that money was because, yes, you were a good wide receiver, but you were also a good running back. Like, there's a reason they paid you all the money because you're so dynamic, and then you decided that I'm just a receiver. Don't make me run the football anymore, which honestly, when you have Christian McCaffrey, you don't really have to do anymore. But I think that him and Kendrick Bourne together with their speed and elusiveness can open up a lot of opportunities for Drake May to throw a deep ball.
I want put it like that.
I do want Deebo Samuel for the right price. If they're asking for anything higher than a 3rd round pick, then I'm not interested. 3rd round pick is like my, we got the number 4 pick in the draft, so that 3rd round pick is going to have extreme value.
Yeah, I saw a trade proposal on the internet. There was like some loser making a mock trade. He's like the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns mock trade for Myles Garrett, and it included your 4th round and your next 1st round pick. Your 4th overall, sorry, and your next 1st round pick.
Yeah, I don't want Myles Garrett.
Well, maybe again, you're not making the decisions.
Crazy as it sounds.
Well,
I would like for them to bring back Matthew Judon on a cheap contract and draft Abdul Carter if he's there.
Well, that's why I don't know what my Browns are going to do at 2nd overall. Maybe they end up taking him now that Garrett wants to go.
Maybe.
When one guy leaves, another one comes in. But Robert, we do have some more news of a man who will not be returning to his team next season. And that is the great Aaron Rodgers, back in the free agency market, probably puffing a nice fat joint of ayahuasca. I don't know how you consume it, to be honest with you. I don't know if you shove it up your butt, you smoke it, you eat it. If I had to guess, if Aaron Rodgers doing it, he's probably shoving loads of it right up his ass. But he will not be a New York Jet next year, folks.
What are your thoughts, dude?
I mean, kind of understandable, Robbie. The season this year just seemed like a disaster. It all started with the firing of Saleh. We've already alluded to this from prior episodes. And the guy showed his age this year, Robbie. I think he showed his age. He's not Tom Brady at 40 years old. He's an old man, it looks like, at 40 years old. Maybe he's gone through more injuries. I don't know, but it just doesn't look like he has the speed to play now at this. To me, I think it's the right decision. And it just seems like he attracts so much unwanted attention, Robert.
Aaron Rodgers, I don't think is ever going to get back to his MVP form. Obviously, I don't think he's ever going to play to the level of Tom Brady. But to think that this guy doesn't give you a chance to, damn near I say, make it to the Super Bowl, I still think there's something in there, dude. Seriously. The Jets were bad because of coaching, not because of Aaron Rodgers. The Jets were bad because of ownership. Not Aaron Rodgers. Did he play a part? Yes. But was he the full reason? No. Number one, it's the owner, Woody Johnson. Because Woody Johnson took full control after they lost over in England or Germany, wherever the fuck they were. They fired Robert Saleh. It got catastrophically worse. They fired Joe Douglas, which was stupid because Joe Douglas brought in Sauce Gardner. He brought in Breece Hall. He brought in Jermaine Johnson, who got hurt to end the season. There's nothing you can do about that. He brought in Garrett Wilson. He was drafting great. Was Zach Wilson the one blunder he had? Yes. Oh, well.
It's a big blunder.
Shit happens. They still found a way to win 7 games with him with Robert Saleh as the head coach. They give Jeff Ulbrich the keys, and he fucking crashed. And now they're going to have Aaron Glenn. What the fuck are the Jets going to do for quarterback next year? Tyrod Taylor, who's going to end up getting hurt because he always gets hurt? I don't think they can get Matthew Stafford. I don't think there's any chance they get Matthew Stafford. Jimmy Garoppolo?
Maybe Kirk Cousins? Yeah.
You think Kirk Cousins is going to go there after he rejected them to go to Minnesota? I don't think so. Mac Jones? Who the fuck are they going to... Daniel Jones, damn near I say? What the fuck are the Jets going to do next year, dude? I guess it was 1 year... part of the agreement, I guess, according to ESPN's Diana Rossini, was Aaron Glenn told him if you want to stay as a Jet, you can't do your shtick on the Pat McAfee show anymore.
Oh, I would have said go suck my cock.
Yeah, I would too if I was Aaron Rodgers. Like, I've earned everything.
Yeah, I'm fucking 40. I've been in this league. I've won MVPs. I've won a Super Bowl. I've won a Super Bowl MVP. You can lick my asshole, Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. So, I think it's the wrong move. I think it was 1 year. Now they're going to have a shit ton of decisions to make because they're not going to keep Devontae Adams. So Devontae Adams is probably going to go to New Orleans to go play with his buddy Derek Carr. Does Garrett Wilson want to stay? Does Quinn Williams want to stay through another rebuild? I mean, there's a lot of what ifs with the Jets going into next season. And damn, dude, it just never gets better for the Jets. I mean, they have the longest drought amongst active teams for playoff appearance. It's been since 2011, and it's going to continue for a couple more years.
Yeah, it's not smooth sailings right now if you're a Jets fan. So, Steve, if you're listening, we're here for you.
Can I ask you a question? You know, these owners of the NFL, the NBA, and NHL, I'm going to exclude MLB because of the salary cap situation. You know, there's no salary cap. Those three have salary cap. Zach, these guys are successful billionaires, right? They're successful billionaires. How can't they see that their business is failing because of them? Like the Jets, like the Giants getting in the way. Robert Kraft was in the way. He recognized really quick. He took a step back. How are these teams not realizing that they're a part of the problem, that they are the problem?
Well, it's probably just pride, and they think I know better than anyone else. This is my team. I make the decisions here.
Nice,
pride and ego. I like Carl for getting in the retarded. That's what it's all about.
I like that too.
Retard.
I just think that Aaron Rodgers didn't really get like his fair chance, essentially, and if that's the end of Aaron Rodgers, that's a shitty way to go out. I mean, his numbers still weren't even that bad, dude. Close to 3,900 passing yards, 28 tutties, and 11 interceptions. But watching the games, you could see that there's very limited version of Aaron Rodgers left in him.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Robert. And we'll have to see where he goes. I'm sure one team will take a flyer on him.
I think if any team is going to throw it in there, it's going to be the Steelers.
Wow, I did not hear that one. I did not see
they
that
are,
one.
I believe they're the betting favorites, but like when you look at everything that's happening in the NFL right now, he's not going to go to Vegas. He's not going to go to the Giants. He's not going to go to Tennessee. Like there's a lot of bad teams that need quarterback. He's not going to go there. The only team that makes sense is Pittsburgh, and it's a major upgrade from Russell Wilson, if you ask me, and Justin Fields.
Yeah, you can combine both those two quarterbacks together. They're still not Aaron Rodgers there, Robert.
No. But, I mean, we'll see because it's another head case for Mike Tomlin to take on it. And it could be the end of Tomlin, too. You know what I mean? It's like, it's your last hurrah, I guess, because the Steelers, they just can't find the quarterback post Big Ben. They can't.
You might as well sign a 41-year-old then.
Are you rubbing Toby or son over there?
No, I'm scratching my hand on my, I have one of these recliner things.
Oh, okay.
I'm scratching my hand on it.
That's hot.
Robert, there's one more bit of news we got to talk about here in the NFL, and that is we were alluding to the New Orleans Saints for the last probably half an hour or so.
Yeah.
And they got the new head coach, Robbie, fresh off a Super Bowl win as an offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. Mr. Kellen Moore joining the Saints for the head coaching position. I guess didn't have to travel far, Robbie, after the Super Bowl. Probably just packed his shit and stayed in town.
That's it.
Now, I guess I don't really know too much about Kellen Moore's past, but has he had any head coaching experience?
No, this will be his first head coaching job. He was with the Cowboys for most of his coaching career. They moved on from him. He went to the Chargers. His first year with the Eagles, they had a prolific offense. They had the highest points per game in the playoffs. They had the 7th highest in the regular season. This guy had a reputation of ruining running backs, but it turned out that maybe he figured something out because Saquon had one of the all-time greatest, if not the greatest running back seasons in NFL history. It was definitely up there. It's up there for debate. And now he goes to New Orleans where they have Derek Carr, Chris Olave, whatever's left of Alvin Kamara offensively. So we know what this guy can do offensively. Maybe they could figure it all out in a pretty weak conference. I mean,
he's got his work cut out for him, Robert. Let's just say
definitely,
that.
and the salary cap situation is hell in New Orleans too. That is all sorts of fucked up. The one note to know here, Zachary, is this is going to be the first time since Sean Payton took over with the Saints. Since Sean Payton left in 2021, this is going to be the first coach now part of the Sean Payton tree. So they're going to be starting brand new. It's not going to be any way like Sean Payton has a touch on anything. It's going to be all
a fresh cycle.
It is. He deserves the opportunity.
I think he does too. I mean, after the season he just put together, Robbie, I think you said it was historic. The offense was absolutely dynamic. Just won a Super Bowl in an offensive shit kicking of a team that was on the way to win. On the way to win 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely well deserved. I just like when I see a situation like this, Robbie, where the guy is like you stay in Philadelphia, you just won that Super Bowl. I don't know what the pay difference is. I'm assuming, obviously, it's probably a pretty drastic difference between offensive coordinator and head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, then that's why you do it. I mean, I look at a guy like Steve Spagnuolo, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy...
Spags has a reputation as a head coach, and it was not good. Not good at all.
But, I mean, look at what he's done the last couple of years. You're going to tell me there hasn't been a few teams calling him, or if he was available, like if he wanted to, there wouldn't have been a few teams that would have called him for a head coaching position?
They definitely did. I just think he knows his place.
Well, and I think maybe this is what Kellen Moore is going to find out, Robbie. Maybe, maybe this is something. But you know what? We also talked to shit about Kellen Moore at the start of the season. Look how that turned out for us. So
exactly.
Maybe this guy's going to go in and win Coach of the Year and lead the Saints team to a fucking NFC Championship next year.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see. I mean, he deserves the opportunity. Sirianni's got to find a new offensive coordinator, and we'll see what happens. Now, Jalen Hurts hasn't had an offensive coordinator for 2 straight seasons since college football. Like his entire college to NFL career, it's been consistently different coordinators. I think I like this tweet.
I mean, it would be nice for him to get comfortable with one, too. You want to build a bit of a dynasty here. Because let's be honest, Robert, they keep this fucking core together. This team has dynasty potential written all over it.
Okay, I guess I didn't like the tweet. I do have a lot of like Brady better than Mahomes likes here, rightfully so. And I did like Mahomes' tweet here too, because I do like Mahomes. Appreciate all love and support from Chiefs Kingdom. I let y'all down today. I'll always continue to work and try and learn, be better for it. Want to give thanks to God for every opportunity He's given me. We will be back.
I mean, if we are talking about Mahomes, we do have to say this. The man is like, what, 28, 29 years old?
Very young.
Been to 5 fucking Super Bowls. I mean, that's literally ridiculous. But the shit kickings, I think, will come back to bite him in the ass. And I'll be honest with you, Robbie, I think the Kansas City Chiefs also could have been one of my teams that I picked that I think are poised to make a bit of a drop off next year.
Now, Zach, this is the difference between Brady and Mahomes right here. When the Patriots were down 28-3, with 7:51 left in the third, this is Brady.
On board, let's go now. Got locked in now, laser focus. Got to play harder. Got to play tougher, harder, tougher, everything.
You didn't see that with Mahomes on the sideline. You saw a team that was completely defeated, and Mahomes just sitting there and watching. You didn't see that on the sidelines.
Right, does Roblox head.
I mean, look at this, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
that picture is 1,000 words right there. Look at that.
Well, I mean, just another crazy stat about this game, Robbie, is the Philadelphia Eagles had as many points as Patrick Mahomes had throwing yards in the first half of that game.
24-23. It's fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
So, I mean, like I said, it was just a shit kicking. But
now that we talked about the Super Bowl and the halftime show, Zachary, here's another number for you. The actual game within itself had 127.7 million views. That's a lot, right?
sounds like quite a bit.
The Kendrick Lamar halftime show had 133.5 million views. The most views in television history.
Well, yeah, everyone likes to watch the halftime show.
But that surpassed any halftime show, I believe, ever.
I mean, and Robbie, I'm telling you, that is impressive. But that's going to be a record that's probably going to get broken year in, year out. You know, it's like it's just the way technology is going. More people are getting access to this shit.
I know, but for the worst halftime show and all these fucking geriatric fucks knowledge. They were watching.
Well, Robbie, you know what I want to be watching? Some damn football, but unfortunately, the season has come and gone, folks.
Oh, you want to watch?
So can we, here on the Sports Cave, I would like to just take a moment of silence here for the 2024-2025 NFL
Now's
season.
our moment of silence. Should we just play the music and get Sue one last time?
Yeah, sue us. Sad Sue. Fuck.
Sue us.
Sue us, you dirty cocksucker.
Well, Zach, until free agency begins, until the draft begins, until trades happen, the end is here. The NFL season. Like I told you, like I told everybody, it comes and goes. Just like a freaking hooker in your nearest city. It comes and
thought you were gonna say herpes outbreaks.
That's another good one, Zach. But Zachary, we do have a sport that's almost at their All-Star break. Should we get it?
Roll it.
All right. Right into it.
For three.
It's the NBA on the Sports Cave.
Suck my titties and lick my ass, folks. It is the NBA on.
I've shown you this jersey before, Zachary.
Which one is it? Oh, it is a nice one. Well, I mean, I understand. I guess you had to show. Oh, it's 24 on the back. That's why you showed me. I was wondering, like, you didn't think I knew who Mamba was?
No.
Or Mamba?
Mamba, and then the back it says Bryant. It's pretty cool. I think I got it off of Amazon. Pretty cheap.
R.I.P.
The guns are looking good, baby. Or...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, folks, NBA news here, guys, and I'm just going to read this from the top here, Robert, because as a Raptors fan, I'm not really I guess you had to do it. I mean, you had to do it. Newly acquired trade acquisition from the New Orleans Pelicans, Mr. Brandon Ingram, signs a 3-year extension with the Raptors worth $120 million. Averages out to $40 million a year, which I guess when you look at the contracts that are being tossed around, it's like it's not that bad. But is Brandon Ingram really a $40 million player or $40 million a year player? I guess he now has 3 years to prove it. I think the last year comes with a player option. So knowing him, this will probably be a 2-year career with the Raptors, and he'll realize it's cold and doesn't want to be in Toronto. Taxes are terrible. These tariffs are going to rape us. So he's probably just going to he's probably just going to end up leaving after 2 years, would be my guess, Robbie. But I guess I'm kind of excited. You have a 1-2 punch now with Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. But yeah, I mean,
I guess so, Zach. But at the same time, too, you got too many guys that need the ball in their hand. Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel Quickly.
I feel like it's a problem that we haven't had in a while, though, you know?
Yeah, but too many guys that need the ball doesn't really overlate to success. Especially,
I'd rather have too many guys, though, than not one fucking guy. Our team used to have nobody on this goddamn loser roster.
And what about Grady Dick? I mean, at some point, like, you know, he was balling because he was getting the ball. And now he's not going to get as many touches. Pause. I don't know, dude. Don't you think maybe you could formulate a trade to maybe make an RJ Barrett or Emmanuel Quickly to get a point guard, like an actual point guard? Emmanuel Quickly's not an actual point guard. He's a shooter.
I mean, I guess that wouldn't be the worst decision ever. I'd rather keep Barrett's just for the Canadian roots than Quickly, in my opinion. But, you know.
You're stupid.
It's a Canadian thing, man.
Clearly.
But you know what? I guess it
got destroyed by America in hockey and in rap.
You are such a retard.
You're not like us. Ba, ba, ba.
Well, if you think that we're destroyed in rap, why don't you go look up who had more album sales last year, Robbie, between Kendrick and Drake? I can save you the click. Drake doubled them. But Robbie, what do you think about this for the Raptors? I guess you just said too many guys the ball. To me, I guess once you trade the man, you gotta at least see how this plays out. So I'm not necessarily upset with with the contract, it's a little shorter, which is just I think also lose what I said earlier, where I feel like he doesn't really necessarily want to be here, so he's not going to be signing a 5-year deal per se. But
he is young. I believe he's going to be 29 this year. So 3 years, player opt out, 31, 32. I mean, what is his prime going to look like? Now you have to think here, Zachary. The Raptors think that they could compete with what they got. They got a young team with RJ Barrett, with Scotty Barnes, and with Brandon Ingram. They're hoping that everything can correlate together. What they do need to do is bring in some veteran presence at the center position. I don't think Jakob Poeltl's going to cut it, and I think you don't think that's going to cut it neither.
Jakob Poeltl sucks a cock.
So what kind of veteran center can they bring in? And they need a legitimate point guard.
To be honest with you, veteran center at this point, like, I actually wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Jusuf Nurkic, maybe? I don't think that'll work. It's not work. It didn't work in Phoenix. They don't want to play him in Charlotte. I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, to be honest with you, Robbie, I feel like maybe this is something they might have to try to just do out of the draft, which I know is definitely a hit or miss thing, because it's also, you got to think, but you got to realize is, for Toronto Raptor guys to get free agents to come to Toronto, it is a lot of extra work, I'd have to assume.
Yeah.
You're not just moving to a different state, you're moving to an entirely different country.
In a different time zone. Well, not necessarily time zone. I'm talking about like weather change. Like
yeah,
that.
it's so I mean,
like Boston and New York, there's a decent amount of shit to do. In Detroit, there's a amount of decent, and like taxes are all different compared to Toronto, as you alluded to, which never really played a factor until like a little bit before pre-COVID.
Yeah, because then COVID fucked up the whole economy, and now we're all getting butt fucked 5 years later, and we can't afford to buy shit because this world's a goddamn mess.
Well, you were stealing money from us, so I don't know why you can't afford shit.
You suck my cock.
You were stealing billions and billions.
Robbie, I would like to switch pace here to the Los Angeles Lakers, because we just discussed Brandon Ingram getting traded and signing with the Raptors. The Lakers and Hornets had a trade, which the Lakers kind of desperately need a little bit, Robbie, to bolster up that center position. They're bringing in young Mark Williams from the Charlotte Hornets. Unfortunately, if that trade has fallen through, the Dalton Connect will not be going to Charlotte, who will be staying put in Los Angeles. Awkward.
Yeah. Did you see him yesterday? Like clips on Twitter?
It's like, well, I mean, imagine being that guy. Hey, you were traded 24 hours ago, but, we want you, though. Like, you're going to be a part of this team.
Yeah, we wanted you. We just, we want you. We need you. Sorry.
Or you be like, man, you were the valuable piece we had to throw in to get him.
Yeah, we wanted to throw in Christian Wood, but they wouldn't do him.
They wouldn't take him. They said they needed you. But that trade no longer happens, Robbie. Mark Williams fails his physical. As a young guy, I think this guy's dealt with a lot of injuries. He has a larger wingspan than Wemby, I'm pretty sure I read. So the man is just a long motherfucker.
But he just can't stay healthy.
Can't stay healthy, but rest assured, Robbie, the Lakers have found their replacement at the center position.
How unfortunate, right?
Alex Len.
I don't know.
It's you mean he made this big Luka Doncic trade, which, by the way, he debuted last night, folks, and it was a less than stellar debut. Let's be honest with one another, but it's also a 1-game sample size, so we're not here to judge.
It was the right game to debut him too, because you're facing a non-competitive Utah Jazz team, so you can work out some sort of formations and all that, and try to get him and LeBron equated with each other. Zach, if this team was still coached by Darvin Ham, they would be like damn near close to the bottom and fighting for a playing spot. JJ Redick has done a phenomenal job as their head coach. Very good.
He deserves some
Austin
credit.
Reeves is taking that next step, and I believe it's because of JJ Redick.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. Austin Reeves have been balling this year.
Yeah.
The Lakers, to me, it's either they've been in it's like a win. We have to win this year. We have to win this year with LeBron being 40 years old, even though the man is still doing 40-point triple doubles at 40 years old. I mean, it's kind of unheard of what he's doing at this age. I know you guys are all LeBron haters, but
remember that the amount of shots taken in today's NBA compared to Jordan's is significantly different.
Okay, you can't give him credit for getting a fucking 40-point triple double at 40.
I'm giving him credit. I just hate this narrative that Michael Jordan couldn't score 40 at the rate LeBron could. If he was able to shoot the ball 25, 26 plus times with Washington, yeah, he definitely could have. Go ahead.
Well, no one even brought up Jordan, but you're just a little Jordan ball sniffer. I'm bringing up present facts.
What's LeBron's record in the NBA Finals?
I believe he is 4-6.
What's Jordan's?
6-0 facing fucking plumbers and electricians.
No. You fucking stopped it right there. He
Fucking
faced Hall of
plumbers and
Famers.
electricians.
He
Fucking.
faced Hall of Famers, you piece of shit.
Yeah, there was 1 or 2 on each team.
Jordan didn't have to run away when times got tough like LeBron did.
Yeah, because he always had a fucking absolute all-star cast of teams around him. He was always a favorite going into every finals.
Scottie Pippen was the only one.
Dennis Rodman was a fucking no scrub back in his time.
Offensive liability. He couldn't do anything offensively. Don't
Yeah,
do
he
that.
wasn't there for offensive. He was there for defense.
And Jordan played great defense. Jordan is all defense first team multiple times compared to LeBron and led the league in steals 2 or 3 times to LeBron 0.
Well, Jordan's gay, and his son's a criminal.
The first part is obviously not true because he has a son. The second part, you are correct.
Son's a goddamn criminal. But Robbie, obviously this is not going to help the Lakers out in their center position. I mean, I feel like it's yeesh, going to be rough down there.
Yeah, there's no one out there neither. So
No.
DeMarcus Cousins is going to help at his current, state. Dwight Howard, I don't think they're ever going to allow him to come back into the NBA. I don't think they're going to do a third stint or a fourth stint with Dwight Howard. They're going to have to look to see maybe if Yusuf Nurkic gets waived. That's their best shot and opportunity. Is if Yusuf Nurkic gets waived, I mean, that's their best shot. Ben Simmons got waived. He's with the Clippers. I didn't write that in the notes. That's my fault. Yeah, there's no talks about centers getting waived. I mean,
No, they're
maybe,
fucked.
maybe Robert Williams over in Portland gets waived because Klingon and DeAndre Ayton. I don't know, but that's what they're probably hoping on and banking on. And I think a lot of teams are going to hold on to their centers just so the Lakers don't win.
Yeah, you might as well not try to fucking help out the Los Angeles Lakers, Robbie. But
They made a mistake by not calling up Brooklyn. Brooklyn has Nicholas Claxton. They have Day'Ron Sharp. They didn't call up the Knicks. They have Mitchell Robinson, but then again, Mitchell Robinson's not going to be back until maybe March, so I guess I understand that. But Brooklyn was willing to do trades. You didn't even call them.
well, they're probably kicking themselves in the ass for that one right now, Robbie. But speaking of your Brooklyn Nets, Robbie, they've now winners of 5 of their last 6. They only sit 3 games out of the 10 seed here, Robbie. So a Cooper Flag, not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen for me either, to be honest with you.
No, our teams decided to start winning games.
Yeah, fucking retarded.
And Washington is continuously losing games.
Yeah, they are fully retarded.
You know where I would like to see Cooper Flag end up with a lot of these failing teams in the NBA? Obviously I want him to see in Brooklyn. I don't think it's going to happen. But when I go to the standings here, I think there's one team that I think wouldn't be a bad spot for him, realistically. So we have the Wizards, ass. The Hornets, I don't know. The Raptors, they've lost 4 in a row, Zachary, so I guess you guys are on the right track.
Let's go.
And I don't think it would work with the Raptors now with the acquiring of Brandon Ingram.
Oh, fuck off.
I don't want to see him go to the Pelicans because everybody gets hurt. I don't want to see him go to the Utah Jazz because he's going to waste his career out there. I would like to see him with the Portland Trail.
Ooh, that'd be a.
I think that is low-key pretty nice spot for him.
I like their jerseys.
I like their jerseys. I like their players. Chauncey Billups has actually done a good job as a coach this year. I think the Trailblazers be a good spot for Cooper Flag.
Well, that's the beauty about the lottery, though, Robert, is any team that doesn't make the playoffs has a chance at acquiring him.
If the Nets get the number 1 pick, I will do the show after the draft selection shirtless.
Jesus, well, I hope for the love of God, and I'm pretty sure all of our visual viewers are praying that they do not get first overall pick.
And I will do it shirtless. I swear to God, I will.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen, Robert. Robbie, you did mention earlier that
in the comments, terms of service, Robbie, terms of service.
you did. Yeah, we have to blur out your nipples. You did mention earlier that the All-Star game was happening this weekend, but the All-Star game is fucking kind of shit. But
Yeah.
Robbie, there was a couple injuries and replacements. A Okay, I'll do these ones quick, and then I want to talk about some injuries here, Robert. Kyrie Irving will be replacing injured teammate Anthony Davis, as well as Trae Young replacing injured Giannis Antetokounmpo. But the Anthony Davis one, Robbie, I mean, a gust of wind, I swear to God it was a gust of wind, blew on his abdomen, and the man is done.
Right, his groin.
Groin. It's like, I don't understand how this guy is this much of a fucking feather.
How unfortunate, huh? And now it's reported that Daniel Gafford got hurt, and Derek Lively's been out. I mean, the Mavs were really trying to bolster up that front court, and they have injury after. And Anthony Davis is in. I actually like to tweet. I want to hear what Shams has to say. I don't know what it's. It just says him reporting on the Anthony Davis injury. So let's hear what Shams Charani of ESPN had to say. Let's take a
Shamarama.
Injuries. No one's dealing with more of them right now than the Mavericks. Let's get some updates here right now with this team.
Kevin, Anthony Davis, the biggest of them all. The Mavericks will have a cautious rehab for AD. And I'm told the expectation is that Davis will need rehabilitation for the coming weeks on that adductor injury. And just a brutal blow for the Mavericks, because this is a player who just returned from an ab strain in his Mavericks debut over the weekend, and he looked absolutely dominant for the Mavericks before having this injury.
So several weeks.
So that's what I think that's the one that I was referring to, is the ab strain, when like it looked like no one touched him and he just kind of dropped to the floor and grabbed his gut. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
poor Anthony Davis, poor Mavericks. But you guys made the dumbest trade I've ever seen in my life. So what did you expect was going to happen? Karma's going to come back and bite you in the tush.
And he's right. He was fucking balling, dude. He was fucking nasty.
I mean, he had a way better debut than Luka had with the Lakers. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but an injury happened, so not necessarily. All right, here's the injury to Anthony Davis here.
But here to Davis.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't feel good about that.
Nope.
Something happened. You leave.
Guy is such a Band-Aid.
It's unfortunate. And it's crazy, too, because he's actually been healthy the last 2 years for the Lakers. He's been healthy. He has.
Yeah, and then one plane ride to Dallas, he takes one step in the wrong direction, and maybe his big old nuts slapped too hard off his inner thigh.
That is possible, or his freaking shalong of a cat. No diddy.
Well, yeah,
Anyway.
like we said, it was he's not playing in the All-Star game. Kyrie Irving will be taking over him. Trae Young for Giannis, Robbie. I mean, I feel like you guys know here, the listeners that like to listen to this podcast, you know mine and Robbie's thoughts on not just the NBA All-Star game, but the NFL All-Star, NFL Pro Bowl, the NHL All-Star game. They are all just a sham. You know, it's like fucking watching a game of pickup hockey or a game of pickup basketball. It's brutal. It's boring. And I, for one, will be protesting the All-Star festivities this weekend, Robert.
Yeah, I'll watch the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. 3-point contest for Cam Johnson, dunk contest for Stephon Castle and Andre Jackson, but I'm not expecting much of anything.
Well, I'm also moving into my new condo this weekend, so I won't. Yeah, I think I'll still be doing the show here next Tuesday, though, Robert, because I don't think I'll be having internet by next Tuesday in the condo.
That is dedication right there, folks.
So I will come home, do the show at the parents' house.
Now, you're not going to have are you going to have a dog or a cat living with you?
I don't know. I'm maybe thinking about getting a little kitty cat, but no, I'm going to just see how it is at the start. You know, because with animals comes money, you know?
I know. You know how much I wish I could walk through these fucking doors and see a dog or I mean, when we lost the German Shepherd, we haven't had an animal in here since. It sucks.
Yeah, animals are nice. I will tell you this, and you tell me you think this is a dumb idea. I don't know why, but I have an urge to get a turtle.
My cousin had a turtle, and after watching that, I was like, yeah, I'd go without a turtle.
They don't really do much from what I garner.
It's entertaining watching me eat goldfish. That's it.
Like, you fed him live goldfish?
Yeah. They fed
Live. They were alive.
alive.
Well, PETA, if you're listening.
That's how they. What do you think they do in the ocean? You think they eat dead fish? No, they fucking stalk the prey and.
I can't believe you're just talking about murdering. You're sacrificing animals.
I'm feeding my animal that I love and want to make sure that they live. Well, actually, it wasn't my animal. They were feeding their animal that they love and they wanted to live a very long time.
Well, I might get a cat. You know, we'll see what happens. Turtles, I guess I'm probably not going to get turtles. Just more of a. Say what?
Would you feed your cat a mouse?
No, for fuck's sakes.
Why?
What is this, fucking 1964?
That's the other reason why I want a cat in this house is because we live like in a little country area, so sometimes there's mice going through in the garage. So here you go, Keith.
Yeah, sick that little bastard on him. But Robbie, I don't know if you have anything you want to say about this All-Star festivities.
I said it already, dude. Do you not fucking listen to me?
No,
I'm only watching the Cam Johnson, Stephon Castle, and Andre Jackson, the All-Star game. I don't give a fuck.
Well, and then I think with that, then Robbie, we can change gears.
Are we going to your sport?
We're going to some Now, folks, that is the NHL sign, guys. But there's really not any NHL talk today because this hockey should be solely for the Four Nations Cup beginning tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. The best on best, Rob. We haven't seen best on best since I can't even fucking remember one. I think it was the World Cup of Hockey back in maybe 2020, maybe 2019, one of those years. So we're talking a long, long time. We're talking when this was a thing. Austin Matthews wasn't even on Team USA because it was fucking because he was in Team North America. We're talking McDavid wasn't able to play for Team Canada because he was on Team North America. There are so many guys that have been waiting to represent their country that now get the chance to do it. And boy, oh boy, Robbie, the teams that these motherfuckers have put together gets my dick throbbing with blood.
Do you want to see which got my dick extremely soft?
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty gross. That's your dick probably just inverted. Just turned into a big man pussy. Oh, and Robbie is bringing that man puss over to the bed right now, and he is laying down. Well, guys, I'll just keep on giving her because that's what we do here. It is the World Cup of Hockey preview, folks. Sorry, not World Cup of Hockey. The Four Nations preview. I keep getting that one mixed up. Before I get into this preview, guys, I'm just going to start by saying this. Yes, I am excited because it's the best on best, but the Four Nations format is I'm going to say it's kind of fucking retarded, okay? I mean, if you're going to do a best on best, let's get every team in there. Let's make it at least an 8-team tournament so there's some sort of tournament fashion. This tournament is a round-robin style where every team faces each other once, and then there's 2 teams that move on to the gold medal game, and that's it. So you have Team Canada, Team USA, Team Sweden, Team Finland. The tournament kicks off tomorrow night with Team Canada hosting. I guess technically hosting because the tournament is being split between USA and Canada, but more specifically, Boston and Montreal are the ones that are controlling the games here. Canada versus Sweden, Wednesday, February the 2nd, following Thursday, February 13th. United States and Finland. Then we skip Friday, and Robbie, we have an exciting Saturday here, 1 p.m. Finland versus Sweden, great rivalry game. 8 p.m. Canada versus the United States of America. Ooh, baby, that's going to be a doozy. And then following the last game of the round robin, Monday, February 17th, Canada versus Finland, and Sweden closing out the tournament against the United States. And then we will see 2 of the top teams to move on I believe there's certain websites that have U.S. as the favorite, certain websites that have Canada as the favorite, but the consensus is that Canada, U.S. are the top 2 teams going into this tournament. And it'll be interesting to see. That right there with Robbie showing gets me a little bit worried as a Canadian because you guys got a lot to play for there. I kind of forgot about Mr. Johnny Gaudreau. May God rest his soul. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great tournament.
Your fault.
Well, I will say this, Robbie. U.S. suffered a pretty catastrophic loss in the defensive end. Your number 1 defenseman, Quinn Hughes, unable to play in the tournament due to injury. Crosby had some uncertainty with Team Canada, but he has since come out and will be suiting up for tomorrow night's game, so he will be good to go. But the Quinn Hughes loss, Robbie, I'm telling you right now, that is bigger than you think, but it's not like it's detrimental because Quinn Hughes, I look at him as obviously he's a fantastic defenseman. He's a great playmaker. But you got guys like Zach Werenski and guys like Adam Fox, so the power play is not going to take a big hit right there. Someone will be able to step up in his position. I mean, to me, I think it's going to be just fine, but it is a tougher loss for the States, essentially losing your number 1 defenseman for the tournament.
Understandably so.
So, I mean, let's see what happens there. But like I said, guys, this is the Four Nations Cup. It's a preview, essentially, I guess you can say, of the Olympics. But to me, a best-on-best hockey tournament doesn't count unless it features Canada, USA, Sweden, Finland, Russia has to be in there. I don't give a fuck what kind of political pussy you are, or the Olympic athletes of Russia, whatever you want to call them in this next Olympics. Czech Republic should be there. Slovakia deserves to be there. There's a few teams that deserve to be in a tournament like this that got the shit end of the stick, but I am also excited to see fucking Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, and Nathan McKinnon playing the same team, and fucking Austin Matthews and Jack Eichel and fucking Kyle Connor. I mean, it's going to be an insane tournament, guys. It is going to be an insane tournament.
Should be fun.
And Robbie, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah?
That's all the hell I got for hockey.
Well, Zachary, there's only one sport left to talk about. Let me see if I have a little drop for this. Oh, I do. Bruce Buffer says it's time, Zachary. So it's time that we talk about UFC 312. And Zachary, did you get a chance to watch this?
I did not, to be honest with you.
I'll be honest with you. Very good. It was very good. The main card, I watched the main card. It was very good. Towards the end, Duplessis and Strickland, the crowd was booing, but like there was action. They were hitting each other. There was action. It's just that, you know, Strickland is a jab type fighter. We know this. He fights off of his jab. He's not much, you know, with his legs. He's a boxer. Duplessis was putting in work, you know, striking and kicking. But I want to go through all of them because I watched all of it. Jake Matthews takes victory by unanimous decision against Francisco Prado. That was a good fight. We had a draw, Zachary. We had a draw between Jimmy Crute and Rodolfo Bellato.
Boom.
Now, I believe the first round was 10-8. I think it was 10-8, and it was Crute. And he started getting tired, and Bellato won the second and third round. So Crute had a 10-8, and Bellato had two 10-9s and end up in a tie. This is a name you should try to remember, Zachary. Taliesin Teixeira. He took on Justin Tafa. Now, Tafa has 4 losses in his career. I believe it was the quickest defeat he ever sustained in his career because this match ended in 35 seconds.
Oh, wow.
This Teixeira guy has some serious fucking power. It took an elbow, only an elbow, to knock out Tafa. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Zhang Weili defends her title against Tatiana Suarez, and I think Suarez had a injury that wasn't talked about because we were watching the fight, and you hear the commentating team go, "Why is Suarez's knees bleeding?" And you look at her knee, and there is a major gash, Zachary. It had to be from sparring. It couldn't have been from her trying to take down Timpson. Watching her, I was like, she's going for the same takedown, like formation, like every single time. I was like, I don't think she could put any power with her knee injury. So Zhang Weili dominated her, but it was still a good fight. Strickland and Duplessis, dude. Sean Strickland is a tough motherfucker because Duplessis was piecing him the fuck up. He broke Sean Strickland's nose.
Yeah, bad. I saw those pictures.
And Strickland goes, he broke my nose, but I reset it.
Yeah, well, I saw a little clip of them talking afterwards. And Strickland's like, man, you fucking broke my nose, man. I reset it. Then I leaned in to punch you, and I hit your shoulder, and it broke again. I had to reset it. I was like, oh, my God. It was kind of nice to see Strickland kind of, I don't want to say, I guess it was out of character. See him at the end of the fight or after the fight where he kind of go up and give Duplessis his good graces. And honestly, I was listening to those two guys talking. I'm like, I think those guys, give them later on in the careers. Those guys are going to be buddies. I think those guys will be smashing a few beers with each other the next few years.
Yeah, they will. Now Duplessis called out Alex Pereira, which was to be expected. Do you think we get that, Zach? Do you think we get Duplessis or Sean Strickland, or not Sean Strickland? We see that twice, obviously, against Pereira.
I mean, if you look at Pereira, it's like, what else is for him?
And nothing. And Duplessis already said, you don't have to worry about cutting the weight. I'll just come up.
So I mean, I feel like this would be something that could entice Pereira because this could be a pretty mega fucking. I mean, I guess it would be a double title fight, right? Well, I guess in the sense for Duplessis if he goes up.
Yeah, could be.
I would like to see that fight. I think that'd be a good one.
I would too. I think that'd be something to look forward to.
Fucking saucy.
I believe that there is a decent fight night coming up. I think it's this weekend. It is this Saturday. And it's Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodriguez.
Jared Cannonier is still fighting? Is he like 38, 39?
He is 40.
Oh, my God.
He is a plus 185. That's the only name I read. Oh, so it was funny, too, because we were talking about one of the fight nights. I think it had Henry Cejudo on there. There was a bunch of, recognizable names. And it was, right before UFC 312 started, Dominic Cruz was on the card. Now he officially announced his retirement from MMA. So Dominic Cruz was retired. Zachary, Dominic Cruz, an underrated trash talker, my friend. Very underrated.
I don't think I'm familiar with his game.
Really? You're not familiar with his game?
I'm familiar with his fighting, but not his trash talking game.
Oh yeah, no, he has elite level trash talking.
Well, yeah, he got a bad injury, and they just said, "Fuck you, you just can't keep doing this shit." He's pretty old too now, right, Dominic Cruz?
He is old. That's why I was surprised to see him on the fight night card, but it's taken off here now, so I guess we'll never know who he was going to end up facing.
That was a man that could have been a champion, Robbie.
I believe he was a champion in the past.
Was he a champion?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh shit.
Flyweight, not flyweight. Bantamweight.
Bantam.
Bantam
fella.
Yeah. Yeah. What was TJ Dillashaw was in bantamweight, right?
Yeah.
I think we used to have wars with TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, I believe it was bantamweight.
Dominic Cruz.
So this weekend we have some PGA action, Zachary. And initially Tiger Woods was going to tee it up and give it a shot at the Genesis Invitational, but unfortunately the passing of his mother has
mother-in-law.
Oh, his mother-in-law. I thought it was his mother.
Yes.
So passing of his mother-in-law.
Or maybe it was his mother. I don't know. I thought I saw mother-in-law.
No, I'm pretty sure it was his mother.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Processing his mother's death and won't play in this week's Genesis Invitational.
Oh, well, that's my bad. That is my bad, folks. I mean, very fair.
He goes, I plan to tee it up this week, but I'm just not ready. I did my best to prepare, knowing it's what my mom would have wanted, but I'm still processing her loss. Thanks to everyone who reached out. I hope to be at Torrey later in the week and appreciate the continued kindness since my mom's passing.
Well, that is very sad, Robbie, but I just want to bring something back here quick because I just want to see how retarded I am. Dominic Cruz actually won the championship twice. He was a two-time, he won it, defended it, lost it, and then won it again. So there you go, Zach.
You're a little
game notes.
We still love you.
That's gay. But Mr. Tiger Woods, you got to feel for him, Robert. I was excited to see him tee it off. We've been seeing him in that the little indoor TGL league. He's looked a little spicy, but I mean it's not the Tiger Woods you're ever going to see that we saw growing up. So
no, it will never be that again, unfortunately.
It's still nostalgic though, and you just got to think every time he goes out there, maybe we get that Masters miracle from fucking 5 years ago now?
Yeah. Yeah.
But goddamn chicken and ham, I tell you.
All right, Zachary. Do you know what this weekend is?
This weekend is the Daytona 699.
It's showtime! Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing today, boys!
We have the Daytona 500 happening this Sunday, 2:30 on Fox. Barring any fucking rain, because it seems like every Daytona 500 there's rain in the. I don't know if there's any rain in the forecast. I'm just predicting because as far as I can remember, it's always been rain. So we will see. But Zachary, you know, I know that you're not the big NASCAR guy at all, and honestly, I'm not the biggest NASCAR guy. But I'll tell you what, I love watching Daytona 500 in Talladega. Those are the best. It's a super speedways. There's no brakes. It's all gas, pedal to the metal, and you always wait for the big one.
Well, you know, Robbie, I'm definitely not a NASCAR guy. I am not familiar with NASCAR whatsoever, but Daytona 500 will be a cool event to go partake in. That is for sure. I couldn't even I am so out of touch with NASCAR. I don't think I could name you 5 current drivers in NASCAR. What should I try?
And by the way, I'm low key planning on going next year because the Daytona 500 is such a fucking awesome experience. I think and your situation is different now. You know, you're a condo owner, so I mean, you know, we gotta see what your finances will look like if you're down. And who knows, maybe do a live episode of Sports Game on Daytona Beach. How you doing?
I'm a condo leaser, not a condo owner, unfortunately.
Whatever, same.
Robbie, I'm gonna try to name 5 NASCAR drivers right now.
Okay.
Okay, I saw Bob Wright, William Byron.
Yeah,
I
knew
that
it.
name.
God damn it.
Ross Chastain, just because I remember him doing that crazy wall ride. And this is where it gets tricky for me. I might. Is there a Jimmy Johnson?
Part-time. I'm not counting that.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, man. I think that's all I could give you for NASCAR drivers right now.
All right. I'm gonna give you 3 popular names. You tell me if you know them. Denny Hamlin.
Okay, I know Danny Hamlin. I've heard you. Does he drive 43?
No, he drives 11.
Okay. I know who it is. I recognize it. I'm definitely not going to try to guess any more numbers. That was so stupid.
Bubba Wallace used to drive 43. Now he's 23. That's
Bubba
neat.
Wallace. I should have known him. He was a part of the whole hanging noose thingy. Yeah.
He was full of shit. Sorry to sound so mean, but it's true. Joey Logano, native from Connecticut, won the championship last year.
I don't think I've ever heard that name before, to be honest with you. I feel like maybe I've heard you say him.
Kyle Larson, he dropped an N-bomb when they were doing the simulator things during COVID.
My man.
Oh my God. Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott, who took over for Jeff Gordon.
I've heard of Chase Elliott before.
Alex Bowman.
I don't think I've heard of him before.
Ryan Blaney.
I heard of him because he didn't win, but he came second a couple years ago, I think.
He won 2 years ago.
Maybe that was why I know him, because I think that was the year when I watched that NASCAR show on Netflix.
That was good, by the way.
Yeah,
that was good. I don't think they're doing another season, which sucks because I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
I think anyone they do, I haven't seen. The only one I haven't watched that they've done is the tennis one, but I've even heard that one is actually pretty fucking good too.
I haven't watched the NBA one or the NFL wide receivers one.
I've seen them. They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
All right, did you watch the Aaron Rodgers one yet?
No, I have not, to be honest with you.
I am. You're wasting. Come on, you got to watch that.
No. You know what you need to watch?
What?
The new O.J. Simpson documentary on Netflix.
Okay, because I tried on ESPN and it wasn't teaching us anything about the thing. It was just teaching us about Black history, which there's nothing wrong with. I learned about O.J. Simpson and the whole situation that happened.
This is a new Netflix documentary, and I guess now that O.J.'s dead, they just came out with every fucking thing they had. This man was the most guilty man I've ever seen in my entire life.
Of course, but if we can get like more conclusive evidence, I'm all in.
More conclusive? How much more conclusive evidence would you like? What?
No. Do they have an audio? Because allegedly, they have audio of him admitting the killing.
I haven't finished the documentary yet, so I don't know if they have that. But Robbie,
a week after he died, someone's like, "Yeah, I have audio of him admitting killing Nicole Brown."
Yeah, that could all be fucking AI and shit now, though.
It could
But I'm
be.
telling you,
That's
you
the
watch
fuck-
this documentary, and I was flabbergasted by the amount of evidence they had, and they didn't. And the guy who was OJ's lawyer is the creepiest. He like kind of talks like this. Every sentence he drags out like this.
Well, he's probably gay.
I don't think he was sucking his dick, dude. I think he was just a weird little shriveled up lawyer man.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But enough of that, Robbie. Daytona 500 goes down this weekend.
You never know who's gonna win the race. You know, I don't know who's gonna win. I've been kind of keeping out of touch with NASCAR. The only reason I kind of pay attention is because I'm in a little thing, a little pool. Outside of that, I don't really pay attention. I don't think Byron's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna defend it, but we'll see. I'm gonna watch it. It'll be worth the watch, I think.
I am.
Let me just check the weather at Daytona Beach.
While you're doing that, I'm going to load up the betting odds, Robbie.
Sounds good. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Hey,
Okay,
Daytona
what do we got
Beach.
here?
Trying to fucking load it. Load, you stupid cum guzzler. There we go.
Oh.
Daytona Beach, Sunday. 35% chance of rain. There it is. 35% chance of rain. Daytona Beach on Sunday.
Well, it just gives me the cups. I can't do the fucking. Well, that's pretty stupid.
I'm sure you can. Let me go to FanDuel. Oh, wait. That's FanDuel Fantasy, not Sportsbook.
Oh, Daytona 500.
Yeah.
Okay, Robbie. The outright winner for the Daytona 500 coming in as the betting favorites. There
Let
is.
me guess.
Okay, there's 4 guys tied at 13-1.
Kyle Larson.
He is not one of them.
Oh, Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott is not one of them.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace is not one of them.
William Byron.
William Byron, not one of them.
Holy shit. Wow. Denny Hamlin.
Danny Hamlin, not one of them.
Just read them off. Holy fuck.
Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano coming in at 13-1.
What?
Yeah.
Brad Keselowski? Joey Logano? What?
And Kyle Busch, yeah, all 13-1 with
Kyle
Ryan
Busch
Blaney.
on that Kyle Busch, unless he's driving a Toyota, sucks. He sucked last year in the Chevys. He was ass.
And then you got Byron, Chase Elliott, Danny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, all at 15-1. So basically right there at the same odds, but not exactly.
Who knows? I might throw money on Byron like I did last year and win some money. We'll see.
Lady in
All right,
love.
Zachary, I think that does it for this episode.
I think that's it, sir. We put on quite a doozy, I'd have to say.
Well, folks, we're not back on Thursday. We are back next Tuesday. 1 show a week, once again, until we get to September for kickoff. So that's it. That's it for the NFL season, but it is not it for the Sports Cave. Pitchers and catchers have reported in MLB. We're still waiting on Alex Bregman if he's going to sign somewhere. We're still waiting on it. We're waiting to see if Nolan Arenado is going to get traded. Spring training will be coming up very, very, very soon. So you're hoping as a team that you can make the deal very, very soon. And hopefully this shit stops where we're sitting here waiting on a fucking superstar/star player signing with team. It's fucking ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations to our friends there, Anthony and Jimmy Graham of mine at least, winning their Super Bowl. Congratulations. Oh, Trevor Harris. Shout out to Trevor. Congratulations on your Super Bowl, boys. Zachary, it's that time. Take us on out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure reporting the NFL season for another year to you folks. But when when one good thing ends, another good thing begins, folks. And that's why we are here. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Stay sexy, Sports Game.